The definition of the word ghost is the soul of a dead person. It is a disembodied spirit, usually seen as a vague, shadowy figure or translucent form wandering through old buildings and cemeteries. The word ghost is sometimes applied to the living when someone loses energy and vitality, for example. It is said that he is a ghost of his former self. There are also other uses for the word ghost, like given up the ghost, which is used when somebody dies or a machine has ceased to function. The origin of the word ghost comes from the Old English Gast, which is related to the German word Geist, meaning soul or spirit. Later, it became Gust and eventually ghost. So what is a ghost in the supernatural sense of the word? It usually refers to a disembodied soul or spirit of a deceased person, and is also known as a spectre, a phantom, spook or wraith, which appears after somebody has died and makes itself known to the living, often in a rather scary way. There are many theories as to why the spirits of the dead choose to haunt the living. Perhaps they died in unpleasant circumstances and are tied to that event. Other ghosts may not be able to move into the spiritual realm because they have some attachment to a person or place still on this earth. It is as if the spirit of the person has unfinished business with this world, or is possibly seeking justice for their untimely death. Then there are other ghosts that seem unable to understand that they are no longer alive and refuse to accept the reality of their demise. They are not always physically visible. Ghosts can haunt places with paranormal occurrences, such as making the temperature change in a room. People often claim to feel icy chills. Sometimes strange rapping noises can be heard, and ghosts have been described as things that go bump in the night. Skeptics tend to claim that these noises could just be caused by buildings creaking or slightly moving due to natural temperature changes or noisy pipes. Interactive ghosts are those that appear to people as an apparition, perhaps trying to connect to loved ones in the land of the living. Some people see orbs floating around, usually transparent with a blue or white glow. Not always seen with the naked eye, they are often spotted in photographs or videos after the event. It is claimed that these orbs are a form of spirit energy, and they have been recorded in many places around the world. Skeptics, however, believe that these orbs are simply just dust or bugs floating in front of the lens of a camera. The ghost hunters of today have a variety of tools and technologies to aid them in their search. Such equipment as EMF or electric magnetic field meters, infrared lights, digital thermometers, as well as audio and night vision video recording equipment. Modern-day ghost hunters usually prefer to be called paranormal investigators, exploring things which are not regarded as normal in our everyday lives and things which do not have a scientific explanation, such as ghosts or poltergeists. The ghost hunters of today search for evidence using their EMF meters, which detect a change in the electromagnetic field. It is claimed that ghosts emit a different energy to that of the living, and usually at a higher frequency, which an EMF meter will detect as an irregular energy source. Digital thermometers detect changes in temperature that a ghost may cause, usually a notable cold spot. Audio recorders are used to record the sounds of a ghost, which is often on a frequency that can be inaudible to humans until played back on a digital recording. This is known as electronic voice phenomena. And then there is the ghost box, a device used to communicate with the ghosts, often called the spirit box radio The ghost box checks radio frequencies and generates white noise, which apparently attracts ghosts. The ghost hunters then ask questions aloud into the ghost box, which the ghost can reply to through the device. But it is not just sounds and changes in temperature which ghosts can emit. Sometimes it becomes a more physical phenomena. Mediums are people who believe that they can interact with the spirits of the dead. Some of them allow spirits to inhabit their own physical bodies, and to provide proof of this, the medium produces a substance known as ectoplasm. It is usually excreted from the medium's nose and mouth. Many people were fascinated by this, including Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, author of the Sherlock Holmes stories, who wrote that ectoplasm was a viscous, gelatinous substance which appeared to differ from every known form of matter. It could solidify and be used for material purposes. One of the earliest investigators into the paranormal was Harry Price, a British man who did extensive research into mediums, ghosts and ectoplasm in the 1930s and 1940s. Price was regarded as a controversial figure, usually trying to catch fraudsters in the paranormal trade and claiming that the ectoplasm of the mediums was fake. In his book, 50 Years of Psychical Research, he claimed that the ectoplasm was created using cheesecloth and a rubber glove. Harry Price also studied the phenomena known as poltergeists, mischievous ghosts that cause disruption in people's homes, moving and sometimes violently throwing objects around a room. Price described the difference between poltergeists and ghosts as being that ghosts haunted a place, whereas poltergeists infested it. He was called to many suspected poltergeist cases around the British Isles, and he admitted that he did not understand the causes for this activity. Price was the president of the Ghost Club, an organisation for amateur and professional ghost hunters, based in London, and it was here that he would regale members with tales of his ghost hunting adventures, though he usually referred to the ghosts as entities. There were many reports in the media regarding his paranormal investigations, but the one he is most remembered for is that of his investigation into what is claimed to be the most haunted house in Britain, Borley Rectory. Built in 1862, this old building was renowned for being a place filled with paranormal activity and ghostly hauntings, of not just people, but animals too. Strange sounds that scared the staff, a ghostly nun, a boy in Victorian dress, and apparitions of an old-style coach and horses, to name just a few of the spooky goings-on at Borley Rectory. Price hired the building for a year and made an account of the sightings and materializations of various objects and ghosts. He collected a list of the audible phenomena as well as other mysterious occurrences, such as peculiar odours and objects moving by an unseen hand. Price recorded all of these events in his books, The Most Haunted House in England and The End of Borley Rectory. The house burnt down in 1939 and was completely demolished in 1945. Harry Price was the Ghostbuster for the 1940s. But who are the real Ghostbusters for today? The internet and television have many paranormal investigators ready to explore and cleanse your house of ghosts, ghouls and demonic spirits. But what do you think? Are ghosts real, or are they caused by people's overactive imaginations and more natural explanations? Let us know your experiences in the comments below. Have you ever seen or heard a ghost? And do not try to be too frightened by things that go bump in the night.